Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the 2016 Mars in Capricorn transit part 2. And I'm going to be talking about the transit's possible impact on the zodiac signs Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And yes, it does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant for these signs. Well, anyway, for Aries, the first thing about Aries is that, okay, the 10th house is what's going to be emphasized and what's highlighted. So there might be a lot of serious, aggressive, and assertive energy injected into matters connected with the career, the livelihood, reputation, and the public image. And this could be a time also where you may be very quick to take the initiative on responsibilities and matters connected with your career. You put a lot of ambitious energy into it during this time. And however, the situations with the dominant parent, which is generally the father, and authority figures, superiors, might be somewhat contentious during this time. Now, for Taurus, the 9th house is what is emphasized and highlighted, and there might be a lot of energy expended on matters connected perhaps with in-laws, grandchildren, higher education, and it might be pursued in a very Capricorn-like deliberate, methodical manner. And it could be too that long-distance traveling, if Taurus, if you are doing it during this time, might be done with a lot of premeditation, a lot of prudence, and a lot of caution, a lot of planning beforehand. And it could be a time where you might have some arguments with others, perhaps over philosophical differences, or maybe even things connected with religion. Well, for Gemini, the 8th house is what's emphasized and really highlighted. And during this time, there may be some serious arguments connected perhaps over matters pertaining to a will and inheritances, shared resources, perhaps arguments over what belongs to who. It could be too that perhaps there might be some thing connected with a person you're involved with shared resources, such as a business partnership. Maybe the situation with him or her might be a little bit more combative, a little bit more acrimonious than ordinarily. It could be a lot of abundance of energy might be expended connected with transformation, and really, but it would be done likely in a very disciplined Capricorn way. But keep in mind that Gemini is a sign that likes variety, so it might be a plethora of major changes that Gemini may want to make during this time. Now, for Cancer, the 7th house is what's emphasized and what's highlighted during this time. Now, situations perhaps with open adversaries might be a little bit more contentious right now, and really, but being the fact that Mars being in Capricorn, the actions may be a little bit more disciplined during this time. And if Cancer, if you have a significant other, this could indicate that the relationship might be more sexual, more erotic than it ordinarily had been, and there might be more energy expended perhaps in a partnership situation, perhaps in a business partnership situation, given that Mars is in Capricorn. Now, for Leo, the 6th house is what is emphasized and what's highlighted during this transit. And for Leo, Leo might take a lot of that Leo pride and dignity into expending energy perhaps at work, that is in a very consistent and responsible manner. It may be involved, Leo may be involved with vigorous, regimented exercise routine during this time. There may be, however, to be careful at work, that there might be a greater propensity for accidents and work-related matters during this time than usual. And it could be a time where you find a daily routine where really maybe the people in that daily routine that you come into contact with might be a little bit more combative, and it could be even people you work with might be a little bit more acerbic than usual during this time. Now, for Virgo, the fifth house is what is highlighted and what's emphasized during the time that Mars is in Capricorn. Now, a lot of energy might be applied to creative endeavors for Virgo during this time. Now, could be maybe foolhardy and impetuous, connected with speculative matters, but Capricorn will control this and make that a little bit more disciplined than usual. Now, keep in mind now, we look at Virgo as a sign that's very meticulous and scrupulous anyway, and can be very prudent and careful. So being a Virgo, that will help matters as well, of course, as far as doing something connected with speculation. So also, there might be a possible greater libido with a romantic partner during this time, and if there are interludes, there are apt to be a lot of them well planned out and premeditated during this time, and taking a lot of precautions sexually, since this is Capricorn being a cautious sign. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Mars transit in Capricorn 2016 Part 2, and stay tuned next time where I will be talking about the Mars in Capricorn transit Part 3, in which I'll be talking about the transit's possible impact on the zodiac signs Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.